Zoo Part 2 is Australian boxing's new king. Now it's time to step up. Bring on two-time world title challenger Dennis Hogan.
Can he pull this off?
Zoo's toughest test yet with a world title shot on the line.
Zoo pressing. Dominant, destructive performance from Zoo.
Tim Zoo versus Dennis Hogan, Wednesday, March 31, only on Main Event.
You've switched a button, you just need to change.
Don't drown in one-off discounts. Switch and save with Aldi's permanently low prices. Aldi. Good. Different.
Introducing the all-new Pro V1 and Pro V1S. It's not one thing, it's everything. The next level of total performance.
We need your help.
I'm just a salesman.
Wear it while you're in Moscow.
What does this do? Shoot poison darts?
Everyone you meet, assume they're KGB.
What if I get caught? They'd execute me, correct?
All right, single Aussie, your double Whopper cheese.
And my triple Whiskey River.
Whopper your way. Choose single, double or triple and try the new Whiskey River Whopper with smoky barbecue sauce and angry onions. Whopper your way, your taste, your size. The burgers are better at Hungry Jack's.
A shout out to our Steel Blue legends. You put the food on our tables and keep the country running. You've got our backs and we've got your feet. Steel Blue boots, built for comfort, made for work.
The mark of the match. 60 metres out. I kicked that parch ball so hard it split like an old shoe. That's right, a 7-pointer to win the match. There's your furphy.
I was on the servo and I saw on the CCTV screen this balding bloke with the same jacket as me. But when I turned around, there was nobody there. And that was it.
Reached your turning point? The doctors at Ashley and Martin could help regrow your hair.
Easter's coming up. Now is the time to start planning those projects. Planning makes the job so much easier. Being able to step it out, get a plan together so you know exactly what your end goal is going to be.
Just come into store, tell us what you need, tell us what you're thinking, and we can help you and make a massive difference to your home, however big or small the project is.
So once you've got your plans all organised and you know what you want to do, come into Bunnings and we'll help you make it happen.
So what's your Easter project plan? Bunnings Warehouse! Shop at Bunnings wherever you are, whenever you want.
Make more of your weekend with our at-home special edition, full of great DIY projects to tackle around your house this Easter. And don't miss Escape's Family Edition, with all the best things to see and do these school holidays, all in this weekend's papers.
Welcome back to the City of Churches, and it is a picture-perfect afternoon in Adelaide. The only thing the home fans will want now is all 3 points, and we've got their coach, Carl Viet. And Carl, a very tight, tense first half. How do you see the breakthrough coming for your side in this second 45?
Yeah, look, it was a tough first half. They defended very well, and of course there's a few issues with the counter-attack, but we just have to keep being positive and have a few more forward runs from in the midfield in to try and get in behind them.
How much did the injury to Javi Lopez throw a spanner in the works, or are you pretty adaptable? You're happy to go on with Josh Cavallo there slotting in?
Yeah, we're happy with Josh. He's a good player and he understands the game. So yeah, it's disappointing for Harvey because he brings a lot of quality and calmness to the team. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a loss for us.
Thanks, Carl, for your time. Good luck.
Thank you.
So back underway in the second 45 minutes. Sydney look to extend their unbeaten run to 5. The Reds looking for 6 straight wins, as we mentioned, for the first time in 15 years. And the Reds, they haven't beaten. Here's Costa Barbarouses, just ball too heavy for him. The last time Adelaide beat Sydney in the A-League was the 2nd of April 2016, I should say. 2nd of April 2016, Bruce Gite scored twice in that 2-0 win, and we all know what happened in 2016. Adelaide did the double. That's how long it's been since they tasted victory against the Sky Blues in the A-League.
Well, certainly form-wise, there's no better time for Adelaide, looking for 6 on the bounce. But you know, on the first half showing, certainly not a certain thing. It was very, very easy, as we said, and probably Sydney had slightly the better chances.
Yengi. Now McGowan just rode to ground by Yengi. Just grabbing the hamstring, maybe. What have both sides got to do to open this one up a little bit?
Move the ball quicker in that middle third. There's little space. That's a long way from where the free kick, where Yengi made the foul. And Adelaide, you know, if you look at them, definitely getting Halloran and Goodwin somehow more into the play. And for Sydney, you know, you look at Ninkovic. Barbarouses has been by far the biggest threat.
Wilkinson, King.
But as we know and talked about at half-time, is that games have changed dramatically in the second half with these the 5 substitution rule.
He's continuing the conversation, the Adelaide captain. Bratton. And Asag was making that run at the far post, so here's a corner. Outlast off Wande. Scored his first goal in the A-League in 11 years, Alex Wilkinson, against Sydney. I should say against Newcastle back in round 12 in Sydney. Bratton. And Van der Sargent fell nicely, but just couldn't reach out and bring it under his control. And now Goodwin's off. A whistle from Sean Evans. A little bit of heat in this one, Robbie Cornthwaite. Mork had a conversation with Sean Evans, and now Goodwin and Ninkovic.
Yeah, there's been a little bite in this one. There's been a few little tackles. Nothing overly nasty, but certainly players just... I mean, Ninkovic is doing everything he can to win the ball there and get in front. There's not too much in it, but obviously when a player falls through the back of your legs like that, you can get a little bit upset. We saw a few testy challenges in the first half, and Cassini Yengi, he's given away about 7 fouls by my count. He'd want to be careful because I reckon one more, he could be going into the book.
King will chip up for himself. In terms of opponents you want to beat the most, Robbie, playing for the Reds, obviously Melbourne victory top of the list. A Sydney second, would you say? We'll come back to that after Ryan Strain. And Bratton pinches it. Is that fair? Is it Melbourne victory 1, Sydney FC 2?
Yeah, most definitely. I think in the early stages of the A-League, when I first got my start, Sydney FC were the main rival for Adelaide United, played off in a few crucial sort of finals and always fighting for that top of the table. So Carl Veard and Stevie Corica's had a few words on a couple of occasions as well down here. So I think as well with the FA Cup finals and things of that nature, yeah, there's definitely a strong rivalry between these two.
Yengi and Wilkinson back calmly to Redmayne. Throwing himself about as usual, Cassini Yengi. A goal this afternoon would mean he scores in 3 consecutive matches. Victory a couple of weeks ago, Newcastle last week. Goodwin. That pass a little too close to King.
And that's been all over the park on both sides. Passes turning over possession. Goodwin playing on the right-hand side at the start of this second half, with Halloran moving to the left.
And off goes Caceres. Cavallo. Cutting it to Dorigo. Lifts it up to Goodwin. Just dinking it up to Cavallo. Making that forward run from left fullback is Yengi in the back of Caceres. Here we go. A little bit again there. "13 of Sydney's 16 goals this season have come in the second half of matches, so they'll be full of confidence heading into this second half. They've been decent away from home. 1 loss in 5 away matches this season. A couple of wins and a couple of draws, and the Reds just a 1 defeat at home this campaign. And you'd probably say it was a match that they shouldn't have lost against Perth Glory, conceding 2 late goals. But then again, you could say that Mariners match they shouldn't have won, so it all evens itself out in the end. Strain. Goodwin. And again, McGowan. Barbarousis. Finally some space for Ninkovic. Van der Sar. Ninkovic searching for an option. Uses Retre and now Bratton. Cavallo again, cutting out the pass. Retre. Patient build up here from Sydney FC.
Well, it's patient because it has to be. You see 2 red lines, very difficult to break down. No space in between the lines.
Haven't kept a clean sheet in 8 matches, Adelaide. Holding firm at the moment. Barbarousis.
Oh, was on the ball to Bobo. And he's crossed it behind him. Good little opening. They were patient, as you said. And he gets in behind and he says, it's not a good ball. As Bobo looked like he was certainly in front of his defender, and of course that would have brought in the offside. Was he in an offside position? But anyway, the cross didn't find him. And Sydney get a corner. Maybe in this kind of game, it's a set piece where something might happen.
Bratton low to Barbarousis. Caceres. Bratton, deflection is kind for Gauci. And the issues for Sydney FC this season are obvious, just their finishing. You look at their leading goal scorers, Bobo, Ninkovic, Barbarousis and Wood, all on 3. Remembering that Bobo's only been here for the last few matches as well. That final third is where the Sky Blues have had problems. Ninkovic. No weight behind the pass. And Elsie firing it forward to Halloran. Retre cleaning up well. While we might criticise both sides, final third. Quality today, Robbie. Defensively.
No, both sides have been very, very good.
King, Jakobsen, Bobo. And ricochets up to Barbarousis. Barbarousis' shot off Elsie. It'll be a corner.
Well, just as we said, the defenders have been on top. A mistake there, and Bobo tried to pounce on it. And he affected the block. King with the cross in, and Jakobsen didn't clear it properly, but he's the one that affected the block. The swivel there, ricochet off Elsin, they get a corner.
Bratton. Alternate routine from the corner from Sydney here. Ninkovic. Trey. Bratton. And too far for McGowan.
That's the run around the back you normally see from Ryan Grant, but of course he's not here. McGowan takes it on. Right idea. You see McGowan calling for it. Just slightly overhit. But Sydney, in respect to possession and pressure, just enjoying a good little period here.
King. That pass turns Rattray around, and Mork is straight across to apply the pressure.
See there, every ball contested.
They're just cancelling each other out at the moment, aren't they? Two sides in some strong form. Cavallo.
Yeah, and you can say that, two sides cancelling each other, but you see that cross there, that's just not good quality. So we can say that in the final third, both sides have lacked the delivery necessary when they get into the situation.
Strain to Moore. King with the cutout. Caceres, Moore came across. And down goes Caceres, and out comes a yellow card for Stephen Moore.
Coming across Mork, and I think he pays the penalty of maybe a lot of other players making fouls, and the referee's just had enough. And case in point, as Robbie Cornthwaite mentioned, Yengi's committed about 7 of them.
Robbie, what was the conversation there from the Adelaide bench towards the referee?
They just think that Sydney FC have been getting away with a few of those, particularly in the first half. I'm sure every coach always feels hard done by during the match, so I wouldn't read too much into it. But one thing's for sure, Sydney FC have started this half really, really well. And signs of maturity from Adelaide as well, because they've been sort of backs against the wall for the last 10 minutes, and they haven't given away an opportunity. I think in games gone by, certainly earlier on in the season, when they've been under pressure for this sort of length of time, they give away chances, but so far they've been pretty resolute. One thing Sydney have done really well is take the crowd out of this game, because it's just sort of, they've gone to sleep a little bit. I think they're waiting for the injection of maybe a substitution or two, but Adelaide just got to be careful, give nothing away until they get themselves back into the game.
Bratton all over Ninkovic, and he's allowed to push forward here after pinching the ball for Adelaide. Great ball to Goodwin. Goodwin! It's a crowd goal, but it's a corner for Adelaide.
Just maybe took a little bit too much time. Great Goodwin. Ninkovic is looking for a foul here, and he's not going to get one. And Halloran's away. Play the whistle. Yengi with a good run. Takes McGowan away, and look at the space. And there, that first touch wasn't what it needed to be. And the big deflection flashes past that near post. Best chance of this second half.
Dorigo delivering, Jakobsen, and the header from Mork. Well, the header drought was almost over. Almost.
Two headers, and Mork comes to him very, very quickly, and he can't readjust to get that on target. And that certainly sparked the crowd, those two actions.
Any signs of changes, Robbie, from either bench?
Not at the moment. I mean, both full benches are going through their warm-up. All the substitutes down in that far corner are getting warm, but neither of them have really signalled or brought anyone over or started going through any instructions like that. So it's who pulls the trigger first. Obviously, Adelaide have already had to make a change, so they've got to be a little bit more cautious, but we know that Carl Witt's not afraid to throw two attacking players on late on in a match, so we wait and see.
Unbeaten in 12 against the Reds in the A-League, Sydney FC. 5 years since their last defeat against Adelaide. Yes, here's a free kick.
He's pointing. You'll have to point to 7 different areas of the pitch.
Third for the season for Cassini Yengi. Yeah, and 7 fouls given away by Yengi. Earns him a card. Bratton, McGowan. Mentioned he scored his one and only A-League goal here at Cooper Stadium. Couldn't keep that one down, though, to trouble Gauci.
It's a good ball in, good delivery. Just can't climb high enough to get over it.
Robbie, I just wanted to find out, you said at half-time that Lopez waited in the sheds for Bratton after that confrontation in the first half, and he said that basically you broke my knee. For those who missed it, your conversation with us at half-time. What did Bratton respond with?
Yeah, well, I saw Javi Lopez sort of milling around the tunnel there, and I wasn't sure if he was waiting for his teammates or whatnot, but he was certainly waiting for Luke Bratton. And just as I was doing that interview with Jordan Elsey, just on the back end of that, as you say, he confronted the player, and Bratton basically said, well, I won the ball. It was a fair tackle. It's obviously unlucky, but he pretty kept it short and sweet, won the ball and was on his way.
Strain curling. And just over away, yeah. Interesting that at half-time. He's got eyes everywhere, Robbie Cornthwaite. Doesn't miss much. Jakobsen. Wande. And Dorigo, Cassini Yengi. And it's Wilkinson. Stop the ball, and Yengi in his tracks, because that was building dangerously for Adelaide. They have been superb, Wilkinson and McGowan, for Sydney tonight.
Yeah, Wilkinson not allowing Yengi to get across him.
Dorigo.
Goodwin on the left-hand side, and it's Dorigo with that ball across. That's great defending, isn't it? McGowan comes and sweeps up.
Just 3 goals conceded in their last 4. And I apologise to Andrew Redmayne, but 2 of those were his mistakes. So really you could say just 1 conceded in the last 4 if Redmayne's at his best. So that shows you how good Sydney have been defensively. Wande. Goodwin. And it's Van der Sar this time. Winning inside a goal kick.
He's done pretty well, done very well defensively, Van der Sar. Goodwin, one of the major threats. This was a good ball, just gets in behind Craig Goodwin, and Yengi's trying to cut that one back for Yengi. Van der Sar not only cleans up, but he gets the goal kick as well.
Still nothing splitting these two. Third against sixth on the A-League ladder. Adelaide on a 5-match winning streak. Sydney on a 4-match unbeaten run. And now Goodwin. It looked a little too heavy. And, well, that probably sums up the afternoon for both sides in an attacking sense. Just has not gone right.
No, that ball floated. Not the greatest delivery from Craig Goodwin, and King sort of misses it and gets lucky, and it just hits Halloran out for another goal kick. Tense.
Keep going, Benny. You've allowed him from the first minute to do this.
Carl Ross and Eugene. The Brains trust there.
Hey, hey, hey! Come on!
Who would you be going to, Robbie Cornthwaite? If you're either coach, who are you picking off the bench to change this one?
Well, it looks like Harry Van der Sark's put his hand up and said, I've only got a couple of minutes left in me at the moment. I think Craig Goodwin's been running him back a lot in this second half, so I think that might be the first change for Sydney FC. It's just whether they pull the trigger on another change as well. I think they'd be pretty happy with the draw so far, and if they came away with a draw from away from home, I think they'd be pretty comfortable, so I don't think he's going to go all guns blazing just yet.
Here he is, Harry Van der Sark, the man you were just talking about, Robbie. First start of the season, so not surprising that he hasn't got too much time left. He's been playing in the NPL men's competition in New South Wales as Van der Sark for Sydney FC. Actually scored a goal a couple of weeks ago against Mount Druitt Town. Last weekend it was, round 3 of that competition. Sydney are playing right now in round 4.
Go, Wade. Now go, now go.
That match against Sydney Olympic. Halloran. Along the tarmac, Goodwin. An incredible save from Redmayne. It was straight at him, but reflexes were good from Redmayne.
And they fell asleep, and Redmayne just stayed big. The ball hits him. They get Halloran involved. Look at this, and they're just caught ball watching. Van der Sar, he's got his body pointed towards the ball, so he should be side on, and that might be fatigue as well. But if he's side on, he can see Goodwin make that run, but he can't see him because he's facing the ball. And Goodwin, well, he'll feel he should have scored. Anywhere else, it's a goal.
The tension builds. Craig Goodwin with a short corner. Delivering again. Header away from Caceres. Pressure just being built here by the Reds. Cavallo. Spurred on by the Red Army. Jakobsen. Dorigo and Elsie. Final 20 minutes now.
That's good sharp play from both Mork and Halloran. A bit of a spring in their step here, Adelaide. And they're closing down, and they'll win this back, and it's a foul.
And Stephen Mork will be questioning, how is that not a yellow card after I went into the book previously?
That would be a fair question.
Well, that's two they've gotten away with now. Bobo and Caceres. And Van der Sark looks as though his night is done, Robbie Cornthwaite.
Yeah, he just signalled to the bench probably about 5 minutes ago saying, I'm done, just give me a couple more minutes and then bring me off. And they're lucky they got away with it, because I think when a player says, I've got 5 more minutes left in my legs and this is the chance here, you see him just completely switch off in the middle of the goal, allows Craig Goodwin to make that run, and the goal-scoring form Craig Goodwin's in. You'd expect him to score from there. Redmayne does well to beat it away, but I think Van der Sarg with a sigh of relief. That would have been one of his last actions. Bobo also coming off. Ivanovic and Bam Johan, the two players coming on.
So the pickle juice in the hand of Van der Sarg as he walks from the pitch. Bobo done as well. So Ivanovic heading out there, and Bam Johan. Luke Ivanovic has been scoring goals in the NPL competition as well. So we see Van der Sarg depart.
And you'd think that Retro would go back to right fullback. Caceres to partner Bratton. Domian to take his usual place in that inside right position. Yeah, his performance wouldn't have deserved that last action there where he just switched off, but his body shape wrong. Of course, Craig Goodwin and the Adelaide fans would disagree with that. And they've had the two best chances of the second half.
There's some pressure again on Sydney King. Forced for Yengi. He's down. The strike is wide. Penalty Reds. He took his time, Sean Evans, but he pointed to the spot.
Well, what a calamity in this Sydney FC. Defended so well, and they just didn't clear regulation ball. Got in each other's way, Joel King and Alex Wilkinson. And the mistimed challenge as Yengi comes across Luke Bratton. You can't see him. And there's clear contact, and they won't overturn this. But the big mistake was King and Wilkinson getting in each other's way. And Yengi just made his presence felt. Luke Bratton didn't even know Yengi was coming. He had his eyes on the ball. He was going to try and clear it. Yengi got there first, and as he went to volley the ball, he's volleyed Yengi. You will see it. Yengi gets to the ball first. Not going to overturn that. Right decision.
Three from four from the penalty spot, and he scored 3 goals in his last 4 in the A-League since returning home from Saudi Arabia. He grew up in Adelaide, Craig Goodwin. He scored some big goals against Sydney FC. Goodwin. Too good for Redmayne. And they're too good for Sydney at the moment. Are they heading for 6 straight wins for the first time in 15 years?
Craig keeps his composure, Craig Goodwin. Perfect penalty. Redmayne, you saw him moving along his line, trying to upset the penalty taker, and there's the big mistake. King and Wilkinson getting in each other's way. dispatches that bottom right-hand corner. Not stopping that. Goes the wrong way anyway, and Goodwin, who's had a couple of good chances in this second half. Well, he gets one, and he gets it from the penalty spot.
Four goals in 5 this season for Craig Goodwin. He dispatched the penalty last week against Newcastle. He does it again this week. And we're inside the final 15. And Stefan Mork, this is an interesting change. The captain is making way for Pacific Nyongabiri. His 10th appearance off the bench this season. And you could probably just see why Mork has taken leave. There's a lot of strapping on the left calf as we get back underway, and we'll get more info on that from Robbie Cornthwaite.
Also, you know, these tight matches so often decided by a set piece or a mistake. And
pressure on Gauci. Ivanovic applying the blowtorch.
What have Sydney got? It's a massive goal in this kind of game where it's been so tight.
Well, they've conceded the opening goal in 6 of their last 7 now, including this one. But remember, in Perth, they fought back to snatch a point.
Yeah, but they didn't. You know, they've left themselves with not much time compared to most of those other games.
Retray, Ivanovic! Who is brought back into the side after some goal-scoring form in the NPL men's competition in New South Wales.
Good ball in from Retray. Defender just does enough there to put him off. Had to wrap his body around and get his head onto that.
And he scored back in round 2 in that competition against Sydney United, 58. And then he started the last 2 in the A-League, and he's off the bench for this one.
We've seen him, you know, Yengi got a yellow card for being over physical, but his physical presence has been a threat all night. Some of it has been certainly wrong timing. Have a look at here, Joel King.
Neat dink over the top, and Balm-Johan strike well smothered by Gauci.
And the flag didn't go up, so that is a great chance for Balm-Johan.
The change up from Sydney. Balm-Johan, and the attempted stud from Ivanovic, and he has copped strain in the head, and he's going into the book straight away after coming on. Tried to spike the ball into the back of the net and spiked strain. Let's head down to Robbie Cornthwaite. Robbie, tell us more about that change. Stefan Mork off, Nyongabiri on. Is that due to that strapping on Mork's left calf?
Well, I'm not too sure, to be honest. I haven't really spoken to the doctor or anyone about that. What I can say is when he came off, it's not just a strapping, it's got a lot of padding in there as well. There's a big foam sort of piece underneath that bandage, and usually in that case he's copped a knock or something like that previously, maybe a cork or something. And I think just maybe 10 or 15 minutes ago when he was caught in the middle of the park and he got up limping, I'm sure he really felt that, and maybe that was the reason behind that change. Just on that chance from Balm-Johan, I think that's the first time in this game we've seen a run like that from a Sydney FC midfielder. Most of those balls over the top have been for strikers, and he sort of ran from that deeper position, a run that Mork likes to make, and they can be quite difficult to pick up. You see he just drifts in behind. I think it's Jakobsen. Jordan Elsey gets pulled out of position, and Gauci does really, really well to come out and close the angle. The lob was the only option really for him, and Gauci took that away, so great goalkeeping.
So we've got a 3-minute concussion test, which is going to take place now for Ryan Strain. And it's coming to its conclusion now. And this could be another forced substitution that Carl Veert is going to have to make. Strain coming to the sideline. Is anyone... No, he's not. He's going to stay out there. Anyone coming to the bench for Adelaide, Robbie? No thoughts of a change? I can just see Abichu there. Robbie Cornthwaite, any changes expected for Adelaide here in terms of that injury, in reference to that injury for Strain?
Obviously, they've already replaced one fullback, so they wouldn't be too keen to replace another. Strain straight into the action, looks okay. Wouldn't be surprised to see El Hassan Toure soon, particularly with Yengi on a yellow card. The last thing you want to do for this final 10 minutes is go down to 10 men, so that would probably be a safer move for Carl Viet.
So you'd expect a fair amount of stoppage time at the back end of this one. So the Sky Blues are going to get plenty of opportunities. They've created a lot since going behind. He doesn't seem to be moving too freely. Had a few knocks in this one, Strain. And here's Wilkinson. Halloran got there with the header. Now Johan and Bratton just were a little confused there. And here's Adelaide pushing forward through Goodwin. Dorigo. Was slipping and almost slid the ball towards goal there on his way to ground. Almost like a hockey strike on goal. So the goal scorer for the Reds, Craig Goodwin, giving it away. Adelaide and Baum Johan. So Rattray back to right fullback, as Bobby mentioned. Ninkovic forward. Gauci.
It's good play from Adelaide under pressure, playing out. And Sydney will have to pull forward. And as they push numbers forward, you know, Adelaide's certainly capable on the counter. Ryan Strain thought someone was behind him, and it was Nyongabiri, but he'd gone.
So Sydney want Pat to pull a rabbit out of his hat, as he's done already this year. 3 goals off the bench, all as a substitute, and he's their equal leading goal scorer. Can he pull them back level? Strain. Nyongabiri after it. Wilkinson calmly back to Redmayne. Well picked off by Cavallo. Plenty of energy. Deflection and falls for Redmayne. Where's Sydney's best avenue to goal, Robbie?
Forward. Look, they just haven't been able to get this man to have an influence on the game. Ninkovic in the second half have created very few chances. Bomyahan was probably their best one. Adelaide have been disciplined. They've been solid, compact when defending. And so have Sydney, apart from that one, that glitch. Big mistake in the penalty box, allowing Adelaide to pick up that penalty, and it's going to be a difficult struggle the way this Adelaide side is set up to get a goal back. That's what it's been all afternoon. Challenges like that. Very physical game.
Wilkinson. So that's what that Goodwin goal does for the ladder. Adelaide just a point off top spot. And Sydney at the bottom of the top 6. By no means out of the race with defeat tonight, but just sets them back. A touch, Baum-Johan. Rattray and Caceres. But for Sydney, it comes back to a similar problem. Finishing. Can they find their finishing touch here? Ninkovic. Great block.
Yeah, bodies on the line. How many have they blocked tonight? That's the third, I think. That one from Bobo in the first half. That one, good move from Pat Wood. Good speed down that right-hand side. The perfect cutback. Ninkovic steadied himself and, like others before him, could only find an Adelaide defender to hit instead of making the keeper at least save it.
So that's the 4th block shot from the Reds tonight. As Wood attempts to curl to the roof of the net.
Here goes Paddy Wood and takes on Cavallo and he burns him off. Perfect cutback. Ninkovic steadies himself. Look at the bodies, the amount of bodies. And Ninkovic can only find that first body, and Elsey just threw himself at the ball. Maybe that defended well. You know, not every game is free-flowing. You know, some of them are just gritty, and you've got to grind them out. And this has been that kind of game.
Wood with the flick. Barbarousis. Barbarousis didn't get it at all there.
Yeah, I think when he hit it, I don't think it was there to hit. He didn't get the ball under control, just flicked over by Ivanovic. Watch this, it's still bouncing, heads it down, and then under pressure, it skews off the outside of his boot.
It's been a common theme for Sydney this year. Summed up there. Barbarousis. Great ball, Wood! Incredible save from Gauci.
What a save. Well, when they do the Saves of the Season award, this will be right up there. That is point blank. He's flung himself at it. McGowan's ball was good out to Barbarousis. This is better. A diving header. Now, you can be hypercritical about the finishing, and really free header from there. He should be burying it, and he probably should, but what about the save? Take nothing away from it. Brilliant save.
The 20-year-old Adelaide product keeping them ahead. And the flick to the back post. Gauci again, scramble, and it's away. Gauci is down, and Yengi is off. It's play on. And Yengi switches it across to Goodwin. Cavallo making the run. And Cavallo across. Yengi behind him.
Yeah, I think he was just slightly in front. And it might have been in an offside position, but that counter was on. He's going to allow that for a shoulder challenge, but Sydney, the microscope's on their finishing, there's no doubt about that. They should have equalised.
And we're going to get a fair bit of additional time. Barbarousis, cut out by Dorigo. They're not going to say that was a back pass, are they?
The referee gave him a sign. Look at this. I mean, it's a brilliant save. Paddy Wood heads it instead of sort of guiding that one. I mean, he was at full stretch for it, but and this is the scramble. Look at this.
There was an elbow there from McGowan throwing at the ball.
But Paddy Wood, you know, like I said, that kind of position, middle of the box, 6-yard box, you should score.
He wonders why it's not 1-1. It could be. Gauci out again. Is he about to keep his first A-League clean sheet? One that he's well and truly earned. Yengi. Earns the free kick. 6 minutes we've got, so almost a third of the way there. Robbie Cornthwaite, some defensive reinforcement for the Reds.
Yeah, we know Sydney have been starting to get a little bit of space in that midfield, and the ball's in behind Adelaide's defence have been causing a few problems. There's a couple of crosses come in. If not for Gauci, it probably would have been 1-1. Craig Goodwin, 5 games and 5 wins now since returning to Adelaide, and looks as though at the moment his goal might be the winning one. Plenty of time left though for Sydney FC.
What do you think he's saying there, Robbie?
Who?
Goodwin. Halloran to Yengi. A real scramble. Free kick, Sydney. Back to Gauci.
Who deals with it well. And they've defended well all game. And he's part of the defence. So, you know, when Sydney have got past those central defenders or fullbacks, they've had him to contend with.
Free kick delivered. Gauci is out to claim. McGowan and push and shove here. It's all getting a little bit heated. It threatened to do so.
Terrific take from Gauci. That's exactly, as a defender, you want to see a goalkeeper do it. Minutes to go, you're under pressure. High ball into the box. Made his decision early. He was a bit upset with McGowan. I don't think McGowan did a lot wrong. He can't disappear.
The fans very appreciative of the work from that young man tonight. Yengi slipping it wide to Halloran. Taking them on. Halloran. It may give Sydney one final chance. Retre. Ninkovic. Ivanovic. And Caceres. There's some desire from Yengi. But Sydney able to profit. Balmjohan. Curling. Barbarousis' shot blocked. Everything on the line from Adelaide once again. Coletti. Quick feet to Dorigo.
He's been pretty good for him, Dorigo, in the midfield. This evening, tight game.
challenged by Rattray. But it's a red-letter day for Adelaide United. 6 straight wins for the first time in 15 years. And they beat Sydney for the first time since 2016 in the A-League. Craig Goodwin's goal, the difference from the penalty spot. It was a pretty even contest, but Adelaide have Joe Gauci to thank that all 3 points stay in Adelaide with an incredible save in the final minutes to deny Pat Wood. Full time at Coopers, Adelaide United 1, Sydney FC 0. Reaction is on the way, stick with us. And Robbie Slater, how much is that going to mean to Adelaide?
You can see how much it means to them, and you know, there's a lot of feeling between these two clubs, and you know, it's been a long time since they've beaten Sydney in the league, and that's what it means. And the game was so tight. You know, it was scrappy at times, nothing wrong with the intensity, and it was tense and both teams giving the ball away, and you always had the feeling it was just going to be a goal in it, and Adelaide got that goal. One big mistake from Sydney in their own penalty box, but apart from that they defended pretty well, and Adelaide capitalised, and it was that physical presence of Yengi that won the penalty.
All smiles post-match, but plenty of feeling throughout. Let's get some reaction with Robbie Cornthwaite.
Yeah, thanks, Ben. I'm here with the winning goal scorer, Craig Goodwin. Craig, you've been back for 5 games, 5 wins. You must be pretty pleased with your decision to come back home.
Yeah, obviously really happy with the win. Happy to score the penalty. To be honest, as a result, it's really good. My performance myself hasn't been as good as the past few games with my final ball man product. So, yeah, happy to get the win against a really good side. Sydney are really strong, and I think they'll be right up there come the end of the season.
Well, give us some insight. You say you maybe didn't feel like you had your best game. The penalty comes, you step up, you know how important it is. What are you thinking? You got Redmayne jumping all over the goal line. Take us through what you're thinking.
Yeah, you know, I've always got confidence in myself to step up and take penalties. I practice a lot in training. I feel quite calm and composed, even though I haven't had the best game in terms of final end product. So yeah, he moves around quite a lot, which makes it difficult. But yeah, I picked my spot and happy enough to win in.
6 in a row. Where does that one rate?
I think it's a really good game, considering we, you know, as an overall performance, we perhaps could have played better. But you know, when you've won 5 in a row, you've got a bit of luck, you've got momentum, and you grind out results. So I think in a push for the championship, they're the most important.
Thursday night, you got Central Coast. All the best, mate. Good luck for that one.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
We got Luke Bratton joining us now. He's just having a little bit of a conversation with some of the Adelaide boys, talking through that tackle. We'll get his reaction straight away. Brad, thanks for joining us, mate. Obviously, we see you talking about the tackle. Everyone wants... We see you talking about the tackle there, mate. Well, what did you make of it?
I just tried to flick the ball into him, and I think I got the ball and then got him after, and he was a bit upset at half-time, and there was no malice whatsoever in it. So if there's something serious, I apologise.
We know Sydney FC over the last couple of seasons been the best team. Maybe just struggling a little bit at the moment. What do you put it down to?
I don't know. For one, it's a tough place to come here. They're a very good team. The crowd's fantastic, and it's a tough place to come. And we knew it was going to be a battle. So obviously, you know, this season compared to last season, it's been up and down. Maybe the games where we don't play so well, last year we win. Where this year, you know, the luck's not going our way. But I don't think we're playing particularly bad. It's just we're not putting away our chances. So it'll come.
Thanks for joining us, mate. We appreciate it. I think we're going to get Joe Gauci in a little bit, gentlemen. Maybe just back up to you upstairs for now, and I'll grab him as soon as he's available.
Mate, you got to go do some TV stuff. Thanks, Robbie. Robbie Cornthwaite there, former Red, asking some tough questions there as always. Great response from Luke Bratton about situations in that one. Let's go back to Robbie.
Yeah, thanks, Ben. Joe joins me now. Mate, your first clean sheet, 3 games in. How are you feeling?
No, I'm really proud. I mean, it's been a bit of a long road for me to get my opportunity. So you know, I'm really happy. The boys in front of me were exceptional tonight. I wasn't testing much, but you know that they really helped me out.
Craig Goodwin gave us some insight into what he's thinking when he takes a penalty. That save was absolutely world class. Save your team a couple of points tonight. I mean, is there time to think? Is that just reactionary?
Nah, there's no time to think with that. I mean, I wasn't really called upon much during the game, but you've got to have moments in the game and you've got to be ready. So, you know, I'm just really happy I could keep it out of the net.
And it looks like it gave you a lot of confidence. You came for one in a pack after that. You come and claimed a couple of long balls, fronted up to Ryan McGowan. So you grew 3 inches, I think. Yeah, maybe. I mean, these are the moments you sort of dream on as an Adelaide boy, to play at Coopers in front of your friends and family. So, you know, I'm just really happy, and I guess you're right, it did give me a bit of confidence for the last couple of minutes. Well done, mate. Hopefully it continues over the next couple of weeks. Well done.
Thank you, appreciate it. Cheers.
Superb performance from Joe Gauci and a superb young man. Robbie, how many times will he be watching that back tonight?
Well, it'll be up to him. So, look, it's a magnificent moment for him. You'd think quite a few times.
Meant so much to his teammates. Well, after the break, we're going to get some more reaction. We're going to hear from his coach, Carl Viet. But a reminder coming up, it's a big week in boxing on Main Event.
Zoo Part 2 is Australian boxing's new king. Now it's time to step up. Bring on 2-time world title challenger Dennis Hogan.
Can he pull this off?
Zoo's toughest test yet, with a world title shot on the line.
Zoo's going to go. Dominant, destructive performance from Zoo.
Tim Zoo versus Dennis Hogan, Wednesday, March 31, only on Main Event.
In your life, have you seen anything like that?
Sprite. Release the lemon lime refreshment.
Good morning.
More treatment.
We're going to try something different today.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Dogs bring out the good in us. Pedigree brings out the good in them.
There's only one #1 ball in golf.
Dad, where do babies come from?
It all starts with the copulatory process. The uterine wall, gestation period. And that's where babies come from. Any questions?
Handle any situation in an Everest sport.
Dreams. They're the reason we work hard. But without the right super fund, our dreams often remain just that. At Sun Super, your retirement dreams aren't a promise. They're our purpose. A fund that works for you, not shareholders. With a history of strong, long-term returns and the tools and advice to help you take charge today to make your dreams possible tomorrow. Sun Super, what dreams are made of.
A shout out to our steel blue legends. You walk the walk and dig deep every day. You've got our backs and we've got your feet. Steel blue boots, built for comfort, made for work.
I had one of my apprentices tell me, you know, you can regrow your hair these days. I didn't sack him. Cheeky.
Reached your turning point? The doctors at Ashley and Martin could help regrow your hair.
So if you're starting your project, you can always pop into Bunnings. We definitely make DIY easier for anyone from the beginner all the way to the expert.
So you can tackle those projects. The thing you thought might be a little too hard, we can show you how to do it.
Most of the customers that come in here, it is about home improvement and it is a personal journey for a lot of customers, so it's great to be a part of that journey with them. You get a lot of great satisfaction out of seeing them achieve their goals.
It's like setting your own goals for your own DIY projects at home.
A little goes a long way at Macca's. Grab a hamburger for $2 and for a limited time, a McFlurry for just $2. Part of our best ever loose change menu.
Athlete's foot playing on your mind? Fight the fungi with Canesten once daily. The no mess, no touch applicator helps to prevent cross-infection and makes it easy to kick athlete's foot. Try Canesten once daily athlete's foot cream.
Let's get this party started. This is crazy stuff. Oh, they're into it.
Well, this is a big moment, isn't it? For the first time in 15 years, Adelaide United have won 6 straight matches in the A-League. And it was thanks to that penalty from Craig Goodwin. And didn't he love that? Let's head down for some more reaction. Robbie Cornthwaite's got the Adelaide manager.
Yeah, I'm with Carl Vitt, the winning coach. Carl, 6 in a row, maybe on a night when everything didn't go perfectly or all your way. How pleasing was that?
Yeah, very pleasing. I thought it was a great game, even though it was only a 1-0 game. It was a great game, end-to-end stuff at times, and, you know, to come away with a victory and a clean sheet, you know, it's fantastic.
That clean sheet you mentioned, probably the first 10 minutes of the second half, you're on the back foot and you were able to not really give away any chances. Is that a sign of maturity and growing in your side?
Yeah, most definitely. You know, they're really getting to understand their roles and their responsibilities now, the team, the way we want to play. And, you know, tonight was a great test from us against Sydney. I don't think we've beaten Sydney here for a long time. So it's a great result for the boys.
Plenty of young boys putting their hand up front. One put his hand up at the back at the end there, Joe Gauci, with a wonderful save. How pleased have you been with his contribution over the last couple of weeks?
Well, fantastic. He got us the 3 points tonight, didn't he, with that save at the end. And then after that, you know, he took a couple of big crosses as well. So I'm really pleased for Joe. I've known him a long time, and it's great to see that he's, you know, doing so well.
Javi Lopez obviously went down. Looks like he'll be out for some time, but one day came in, only a couple of days training with the team. Looks like you got yourself another great player. Yeah,
most definitely. That's the reason why we went after him. He's a quality player, and he suits the style of play that I want to play as well, with the 6 that he commanded the middle of the pitch tonight.
1v2, I think, on Thursday. You got Central Coast Mariners. How much are you looking forward to that clash?
Yeah, most definitely. Looking forward to all of our games. It's exciting. You know, the boys are playing some great football, and it's just great that we're, you know, winning games.
Well done, Carl. All the best next week.
Thank you.
Thanks to Robbie Cornthwaite and to Carl Vitt and Robbie Slater. We need to talk about the big moment, and this was the penalty.
Yeah, well, the mistakes from Joel King. I mean, Alex Wilkinson is facing away from the goal, so he should have been allowed to clear that. But anyway, it was a mix-up. And then Bratton's a bit unlucky because he's not aware of Yengi coming in. And he's looking to clear that ball, but only collects Yengi. Clear-cut penalty and superbly dispatched by Craig Goodwin. And that was the moment of the game. That's what wins the game. And Yengi's presence, he got a yellow card, he committed a lot of fouls, but it was his presence that paid dividends for Adelaide in the end.
Robbie, Sydney had their chances as well, but as has been a similar storyline this season, they weren't able to convert.
No, they weren't able to convert, and that's the problem for them in Perth. And they had plenty of chances to score goals before Perth did, and tonight they had chances in the first half. Barbarousis had probably 2 or 3.
What's the issue?
Well, it's finishing. That's the issue. Look, it's finishing.
How do you fix it?
Well, it's shooting practice. It's confidence. It's putting the ball in the back of the net and finding someone who's going to do it. And a lot of bodies there. We saw 4 shots blocked. This is the best one. It's a great save, but really, you should take the keeper out of the equation there. You know, and brilliant save from Gauci. This one's Gauci again. He's the one that gets there first. They're all at the back post, bodies everywhere, but finishing the problem for Sydney.
What impressed you most from an Adelaide perspective defensively?
Well, that they defended well. They were compact, they stayed disciplined, and you saw with those blocked shots, if the first one wasn't blocking it, there's probably bodies behind that would have blocked it as well. So, look, they were impressive. But it takes another team to make you look impressive at times. And what I mean by that is Sydney need to take chances when, every game it's happening. They've got a very low percentage. And, if you're only conceding one goal, that's not that bad away from home. But you've got to score goals to win games.
Robbie Cornthwaite, how good is this Red side and what can they do this season?
Well, you don't want to get too carried away, obviously, but 6 in a row, you've got to get some excitement about Adelaide United. We know Melbourne City have been flying. A lot of the talk has been about them. The way that they've been winning, you've probably got them down as favourites. And then Central Coast Mariners and Adelaide United probably on that second line of betting. And they meet on Thursday night. It's 1v2 if I've got my maths correct. So looking forward to that one. And we know what happened last time those two sides met here at Coopers. It was 3 penalties, 3 VAR decisions, and Central Coast felt oh so hard done by. And this time Adelaide go across the Gosford, so plenty to play for. Adelaide will be looking to equal their record of 7 straight wins, and they're up and about at the moment, so I'm really looking forward to that one. What's the battle you're looking forward to most in that match at Central Coast Stadium? Well, I hope for just one challenge we get Cassini Yengi versus Matt Simon, because I reckon the stadium might explode. But obviously the Central Coast Mariners defence have been really, really solid this year. Yengi for Adelaide has been talked about, and him versus Rolls and Tonyik is obviously going to be an extremely good battle. But there's battles all over the park, both sides with young players, both sides with players in form, and hopefully it's one that will produce another A-League Classic. Yeah, very much looking forward to that one. Thank you, Robbie, for your time tonight. Thank you very much, boys. And great to have your company as well, Robbie Slater, for this one. Reminder that Western United up against Melbourne City on Thursday. That's when football returns in the A-League. Then it's the Reds' trip to Central Coast Stadium. Thanks for your time tonight. The Reds make it 6 straight in the A-League. Catch you next time.
This has been a Fox Sports production.
This program brought to you by Caniston Once Daily Athlete's Foot Cream. Macca's best ever loose change menu. And Bunnings Warehouse.
Sport in 4K ultra high definition. It's as good as being there, only on Foxtel.
After 2 months, you don't have a suspect.
I want to nail them.
Me too. Difference is, I'm doing it for me.
It's the little things, Jimmy. The little things that rip you apart. It's the little things that get you caught.
Express release. Available now in Foxtel Store.
There are rules about what you see on TV. The industry association, ASTRA, has developed codes of practice covering programming on subscription television channels like this one. To see the codes, visit the ASTRA website at astra.org.au.
Now we go back to some of the mainstream fighters in Australia, and Tim Tszyu, he's as mainstream as they get, 11-0 with 9 stoppage victories, and facing tonight the toughest test of his professional boxing career. He's 24 years of age. He comes up against a vastly more experienced opponent in Denton Vassell. Carly Meehan, just how big an occasion is this for Tim Tszyu?
Tim Tszyu has been matched perfectly, and every fight he's learned a little bit. He's come along, he's improved every fight. He's been a classy amateur, ever since this guy can box. I mean, we all know his father, but Tim's his own man. He's his own style. He's more of a boxer, a taller boxer than his father was, although his father was one of the best ever. Tim is coming along awesomely, and this fight here, I believe, will be a big step in his development. I believe he will win the fight because of his style, and he's got a shorter opponent who does that little Tyson move, but I think Tim will be able to pick him off.
Lockie, you'd have fond memories, like we all do, of watching his father in action.
Gee, could punch the old man, couldn't he? I went and seen him spar a lot of times too over the years. In my country, you learn to be strong was his motto. I thought he was outstanding, Costas.
Yeah, he really was. And his son's got a lot of ability as well. What he has had so far is opponents that have really fallen into his way of boxing. He's stopped a couple of late in the first round of his fights, and some of those have been overawed by the occasion before they even get in there. This is one of those, a fight that I called in Bendigo against Marcos Cornejo from Argentina. And pretty much before things kicked off, Tim Tszyu had his man beaten, and then he threw some almighty uppercuts to get him out of there. The thing about Denton Vassell is he's had 30 fights. He's a former Commonwealth champion. He's not going to go meekly into a fight, and he's not going to be overawed by the likes of Tim Tszyu.
He's not going to be overawed, but the thing, what we can see here, what Tim is doing so perfectly, he's keeping that distance. He's using his jab, and then he can set up his power shots. He throws his power shots. When his opponent comes forward, he steps back, or he's